Hey y'all, so I'm off. I had to pull over to check my tire before I hit the highway. But y'all, I was sitting up here thinking about, really, have y'all ever had a memory or something, or something that you know that you would never forget? So today I was sitting and I was just laughing and cracking up because y'all know I went to the movies with my I do not like this thing. Whatever. So I went to the movies. Yeah, y'all already know I went to the movies with my sister, my father, and my cousin, right? And it was so funny. I would never forget when I turned around in the movie theaters and saw my father and my sister just eating KFC. I'm sorry. It made me laugh so hard. I'm like, look at y'all in the movie theater, then snuck y'all a box of KFC, and they sitting up here. But the funny part about it was my sister taking some of them little them potato wedges, and she went to pass it, and I'm like, who's she passing it to? And this random guy just grabbed some potato wedges, and I said, they play too much. But you know how you would just have little memories that you look back upon, and you just be like, you know what, I'm gonna never forget that. Like at my grandmother's funeral, my father's mother's funeral, my uncle talks a lot. Like he talks and he'll kind of steal the show or whatever. So you know how when somebody passed away, you know, somebody may give out like condolence cards, or little money orders or money towards like the burial. Evidently was asked because something had came in. So my uncle like, yeah, and then my godmother gave me a card, and I could see my aunt's face like, like you going into too much at this funeral. And he kept going and going, and she had this look on her face. Y'all, I took the picture. My aunt was so serious. Like, if you don't get off of that podium, that my cousin, which is like my age, she had to kind of usher her father into getting off of that podium. So it's like certain memories you look back upon, and you can just like laugh at it. You know what I mean? Like laugh. When my sister, and I don't know if I told you this, but one time we were young and we were just chilling on the playground, right? Y'all remember them old merry-go-rounds, like the real merry-go-rounds? They were like made of steel, and if you pushed it just went around with a couple of bars to hold on. So y'all, we just chilling. We over there by Rushtown, but on the other side or whatever. So we just chilling at on the merry-go-round, and this guy comes out of nowhere. This guy had to be like, we were like probably in middle school, so this guy looked like he was in his 20s or something. And I don't know if he came from drinking or whatever. I don't know, but all I know is we were all on the merry-go-round. Y'all, he started pushing this merry-go-round. He started pushing this merry-go-round so fast. We were all silent, because wasn't nobody laughing. We were silent because we were holding on to dear life. And my brother, the one that passed away, Solomon, he was on the merry-go-round. Latoya was on the merry-go-round. My sister Carla was on the merry-go-round, and I was on the merry-go-round. I was holding on. All you saw was just the world just spinning. Next thing I know, Latoya flew off the merry-go-round, and the guy still pushing like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Latoya flies off, and then my brother, he flies off. And I'm looking at Carla, me and her, we holding on, we just holding on. Carla gonna say, Mona, save yourself. And I'm like, why she say that? My sister just let go. in the movie theaters like it ain't nobody's business eating some chicken. And a random guy just like, he gonna get his dibs too. I'm like, they play too much. Too much. But y'all, yeah, good memories are good memories. Whether they be nice or what a lot of people like to call ghetto. If it's funny, it's funny. So yeah, so I remember you have good memories. I think in my childhood, I think everyone, well, I wouldn't say everyone had a good childhood, but I had a lot of fun when I was young. And I had a lot of fun too with my nieces and nephews. Now they all turning into teenagers and they think I'm old, like I don't know what's going on. But I had a lot of fun with them when they were growing up. We did a lot of like slumber parties and birthday parties and stuff like that. And then when they get of age, they don't want to be bothered no more. You can't tell them nothing. Some of them think you too. Y'all, let me tell y'all this. So I decided that I bought this cute little jacket, and I just said to myself, you know what, I'm gonna fit in this jacket. It's cute. So I'm sitting up there and I told my cousin, I said, I know right now I'm looking real tight in this jacket, but I'm gonna fit in this jacket. So she looked and she like she just laughing me out like, yeah, right. I'm like, watch, I'm a juice. So yesterday I go to leave out to walk solo. And this jacket is real tight on me. I'm like, it's real tight. I look at my niece, and she only, 11? I'm like, let me see if you can fit this jacket. It fit her to a T. I said, you can have it. Because your mama laughed me out any daggone way. But, I mean, certain stuff, y'all, it's okay to laugh at. Certain good memories is just really good. But I'll never forget turning behind me and seeing my father and my sister eating at KFC. And that random guy, he just like, yeah. I told, we had a really good, when we were young, we had a really good childhood. It was a great childhood. All of this traffic out here, y'all. Work was work today. Work was work today. Now I know what it is. I know exactly. Y'all, there was something at my job today that baffled me with the math of something. And I was sitting up here going back and forth, talking to my coworker, and she was trying to explain, but I'm like, something's off with that. And now I realize what it was. Now I realize, because she was showing me her way, but the whole thing about it was it should have never been. And now I get it. You ever had something when you just thinking like, what was it? So I finally figured out the formula. But anyway, yeah, I'm on my way in the house, and I can't wait to see Symphony, because it's been a long day since I seen my baby. It's been a very long day. And I can't complain. But I hope everybody else had a good day today. I hope everybody, y'all, I literally had to pull over and check my tires. Like, when I get time, I'm taking this car in. I don't care. They're going to have to check the rim in it. But I literally had to pull over to check my tire to make sure I got some air in it. Because I don't like that. And I need to make sure, too, that the sensors on my vehicle are working, because I take the highway all the time. Like, this is just my sidewalk. It is the highway. And don't nobody... Really, you guys? Really? Let me get over. People don't know how to drive in the rain. Yeah, but and also too, you know what I realized too, like I look back at Symphony like, oh my god, my baby is going to be 3 years old. She's going to be 3 years old in July. And I'm looking at her, like her little, the things that she do. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I'm telling, she a little feisty thing too. She don't want to be bothered. She lets you know. And it's like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember when you were just a baby, a little sweet, sweet, sweet baby. And she's still sweet as pies. But I'm just like, man, the time is going by. Every time I look at my niece, my nephews, and even my own child, I realize I'm getting up there. I'm looking at my own dog, man, and Solo got a gray beard, man. I'm like, oh, Solo, you getting old. And I'm gonna tell you something too. Looking at family members that are starting to, like, you know, they need a little oil in the move and stuff. You're just like, man, if y'all getting old, that mean I'm getting old. Time waits for nobody. Time waits for nobody. Mm. Yeah, y'all, so get good. I guess when I get home. You ever had those days where you just like, I don't know what to do when I get home. I don't know what I want to look at. The internet just does the most. I guess I'll go shopping online and buy something. I don't know. The internet and the internet. I was looking at a lot of things online, and sometimes when around this time when you just want to chill, you try to figure out, okay, what should I look at? New traffic. But I need to start doing something on my days off instead of like working on my days, because I just feel like I've been working Monday through Sunday, in which I'm not arguing about. It's just that you still need that time, you know. You still need that time to like chill, because as soon as I go home, I'm still going to be walking Solo, getting Symphony ready, and getting our things ready for the next day to do it all over again. So yeah. And yeah, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So that's pretty much my day. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm real quiet right now because me and my colleague was talking about a charge that was done on an account. But now I realize why that charge was the way she was trying to tell me her rate. And I'm like, I know I'm not tripping. But now I realize what it is. If it's waived, it should never be charged. And if you charge it, then that means that the person never got their credit towards anything else other than that charge that we said we were going to waive. So I'm like, I know my stuff. I knew I'm not tripping. Come on. Yeah, I gotta get this thing, I don't know, y'all. You know, you off, you supposed to be off, you're not supposed to be thinking. I still gotta get these other units rented over in Oxon Hill. I need some good renters, people that's gonna pay their bills on time. See, over there they be like, look, I'm like, look, can you pay your bills on time? Which you working with? You come up in there not having everything together. You can kind of know somebody ain't after. That's like at the other property I worked at. I worked for. They came up in there. The mother came in. You know, when you go looking for an apartment or you trying to rent, you don't show up looking like anything. You just don't. You know, you just don't. Because that let me know, especially over there in Oxon Hill, whether or not you're going to be a crazy tenant or not. Y'all, I had some crazy tenants. There was this one tenant, I was pregnant with Symphony. I had to go to court because of her. This lady literally tried to sell all of the appliances inside of the unit. That she literally, when I walked up in that unit, I told her, you better not touch anything up in there. When she walked up in this, when I tell you she was one of the worst tenants I've ever in my life ever came across. This chick, I finally got her out of her unit and changed the locks. Do you know this woman suffered from a mental illness? She was like bipolar on crack. You hear me? This lady kicked the door in front of me. The door was locked. She kicked the freaking door in. That I called the police, and the police was like, well, she already in there and she's showing her lease. But I'm going to tell you how I ended up getting rid of her. Well, one day she was really messed up and she had already given me her notice that she was going to get out, and she wanted me to give her security deposit. DC had referred her, right? And DC was the one that was paying for all her stuff. So she owed damages. She wasn't going to get her security deposit back. But she wanted me to cut her a check before she left. I said, no, you got to leave out. And then within 30 days, you know, I'm trying to trick her. Like, look, leave out. And then in 30 days, once we go through everything, we'll cut you a check. Man, that girl was smart. She wanted that money even though she didn't pay for her own security deposit. So, but let me tell you how God don't like funkiness. She ended up writing me the notice that she getting out of her unit and she vacate the premises. The law works like this. You have to write a 30-day notice and you have to give up your keys. She wrote me a 30-day notice, but she never gave me the keys, which means she's never gave me possession of the unit, right? But one day I came around and she wasn't there. I mean, when I tell you, she had the entire neighborhood pissed at her. The police officers knew her by name. That's how bad this lady was. And I was pregnant and she was walking towards me like she gonna do something when I was pregnant with Symphony. Matter of fact, my ex-husband was there when we had to deal with the eviction with this lady. But anyway, going back. So I'm telling her to give me her keys. She's sitting up here, not even, just ignoring and all this other stuff, right? She been in and out. The lady she was big on drugs and everything. I'm just talking about the works. She even had people, hoarders, just all up in her unit, right? So one day I come there, and one of my tenants, and bless his heart, he passed away. He was outside sitting on a stoop, and I asked him, have you seen such and such? He like, nope, I ain't seen her. But, you know, she left her keys. I said, say what? I was like this. Say what? Where they at? He said, oh, I got them on me. I said, let me see him. He handed me them daggone keys. That wasn't nothing but the Lord, because she already gave me her notice that she was leaving, and now I got possession. Ha ha ha. So, but let me tell you how hard this lady was. So we go in there, we change the locks, y'all. We changed the locks. I got possession. She gone, right? No, not this lady. Somebody calls me from downstairs and tell me that there's a leak coming from downstairs. I'm like, ain't nobody up in the unit. And it was like, there's a leak. So I sent the maintenance guy to go up there in the unit. Guess who in the unit? And she butterball naked. I had to call the police to remove them, to show them proof that we have possession of the unit. Y'all, this lady was so nuts that she took first of all, she's on the top floor. She took a stainless steel refrigerator and she sold it. And I didn't understand how come I got all these tenants and nobody seen it. There was one tenant, and God bless her soul, she passed away. But She was like, she stole the refrigerator. I said, did you see it? She told me that they anchored the refrigerator down on the balcony. She was one of the worst tenants I have ever in my life encountered. And it really pissed me off because when I had to go to court for her, and when they needed a protective order, the owner never showed up. And this lady would curse me out like I owed her some money off the streets. The owner never showed up. He gonna go up there and he get a protective order against himself. And here I am with a brand new baby. Anywho, needless to say, we end up getting possession of the unit, right? All of a sudden, I get a phone call. First of all, this lady was so crazy. She would call me while she was in jail. It's like she knew my number on speed dial. Something was really wrong with her. She was the worst tenant I have ever in my life ever came across. If I ever hear her name, I won't even say her name on film, but if I ever hear her name, I would say, you better run, you better run, you better run. You better run. Matter of fact, the one that, you know how you got that one tenant that's she's the community lookout. She know everybody business. She told me, she said she the guy in the Benz, she sold the microwave to him. I saw him and told him, if you don't give us back that microwave, I'm going to press charges because they said you got it. He hurried up and brought that microwave back. But this lady was so vindictive and so crazy. Do you know, after all of this, after going to court, I mean, I remember being at the magistrate office with my daughter. After all of this stuff and going to court, do you know, 2 months later, I received a phone call from housing in Washington, D.C., and they wanted to know why that their person that they referred me is no longer there, because they pretty much paid for her rent. And first of all, they only paid the security deposit and a couple of, like a whole year for rent. I told that lady, and she put Deidre on three-way. Oh, I said her name. I shouldn't have said her name in public. But she put the lady on three-way. I said, I cannot believe that y'all sent me a tenant like her. She had me in court. Now the whole time she on the phone. No. I said, I told that lady she is the worst tenant in the history of all tenants I've ever dealt with. I said, she damaged the unit. She sold all of our things, and y'all got audacity to call me and ask me about her. Do you know how many police reports that we have on this woman? So the lady like, oh, I'm so sorry. I said, no. I said, tell them what you did. Getting locked up, causing fights. Matter of fact, she defecated outside in front of everybody. This was the worst tenant in the universe. Y'all, out of all of the tenants I would never. You ever say that name, I would say run. I had to tell that lady, are you kidding me? You know how much damages she charged? I said, I couldn't believe, and I told him, I cannot believe that out of all of these women out here that have children that need help with their rent and stuff, and she used her son that never came with her, or daughter that never lived with her, to stay in her unit. Out of all of these people out here that need help, how in the heck did y'all send me somebody like that? The lady was like, we apologize. I said, you got a nerve to call me and ask me why she's not here? Are you kidding me? And then you told me that she was supposed to, I don't know, she went through a drug program. That lady's still doing cocaine and crack, man. I went off on that phone. I said, are y'all crazy? Do y'all know what she has done? The police officers have her by first and last name. I even told the police officers when they came by that she was just like, oh, y'all can't catch her. The police ain't going to do nothing. They even said, look, if we see her on the streets, we going to get her. I'm like, I hope so, because she making y'all look stupid. I can't believe that woman did that. She kicked that daggone door in. I mean, kicked the door in front of me, y'all. Like, I've never seen anything like that. And then when I was like, y'all, she just went in the apartment, it was like, there's nothing we can do about it. I said, y'all some laziness. She was like, you can't touch me. I said, that's okay. That was okay. It's cool. And then one day when them keys got left, I said, whoa, ho, 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 ho. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Some keys. And they weren't even, you got to understand, she already wrote the notice that she was leaving. She just wanted me to pay her what DC paid her. But guess what? I got the keys and the notice and got possession back. But I don't even know how homegirl got back up in that unit. And maintenance technician, I'm like, go check upstairs. He said she came to the door butterball naked. It was like a nightmare. She's back in there. I was like, this lady is just off the meters, off the chains. I never ever want to deal with her ever again. She was one of the worst tenants in the worst of the worst of the worst, man. She'll curse you out like you just was nothing. I mean, and then curse everybody else out and fight the police. She was just one of them. She was one of them type of, oh, it's disgusting, like cheat. Oh, bless her. Lord, I don't know where she at, but I hope she never find her way back over there. So anyway, getting back to what I'm talking about. That's why I be telling people, look, I'm just looking for a good, like if they show up over, especially in the other property that I'm at, because you know it's fair house and I get it. But if you show up looking ghetto, acting ghetto, talking ghetto, I'm not dealing with you because you too ghetto. No. Where your pay stubs at? How much you making? If they look like they some forgery type stuff, I ain't dealing with it. Nope. She was one of the worst tenants I have ever in my life, ever. I done seen some stuff in my day, but that was one of them tenants that you just be like, Lord, please make her disappear. Please make her disappear. She was one. And I'm going to tell you something too. I've seen some lying tenants before. I'm talking about they'd be all up in your face. Like when one of my tenants passed away, all of a sudden his niece come popping out of nowhere. Never met the woman before. All of a sudden she is niece. Come to find out she was no kin. She was no kin of this man trying to take all his stuff out of his apartment. His daughter had to verify, and I told her, I said, you told me you was his niece. She was still lying, trying to take a screen TV that his daughter got. And when I found out she lied, I said, oh yeah. I had to actually go in the unit to tell her to step out of the unit, because once I'm in it, now I got possession. Then she talking about, yeah, me and my boyfriend, we just gonna take the screen TV. I told her, oh, you not taking nothing. That his daughter told me that belonged to her, and you ain't even family, so you can go. But I've seen the worst in property management, y'all. The worst. I don't know how I got on that subject. The worst, man. People have no type of, and the daughter, when she told me, because I said to the daughter, I said, well, isn't that your cousin? She said, I don't know that woman. Y'all, when she said, I don't know that woman, I was like, dun, 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 dun. What do you mean you don't know her? So now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I got some squatters in the apartment. I got to get them out now. Because the way it works, if you in there for 30 days, you can stay in there long. I said, y'all got to go. But the same woman that was all nice to me, I'm his niece. When I told her, oh yeah, by the way, because she talking about me and my boyfriend was staying here, and he coming back because we got the stuff to move the stuff. He gonna come back because he sold us the TV, so we gonna take our TV with us and everything. When the daughter came, first of all, when the daughter explained to me that when she tried to go inside of her father's apartment, they barricaded it in. Now, I had just seen a man living and alive like at least 2 weeks prior to him passing away. I've never seen those people in this unit, right? So I said, they did what? So when I went in there and she's still all up in there, I told her, I need you to step out of the unit. So she stepped out. Once she steps out, remember, I have possession now. So I went ahead and locked the door, and I told her, because she kept asking for the key. And the daughter was like, I'm not going to give her the key. But I told the daughter to give me the key. But the daughter thought I needed to get everything together. But once me and the daughter really realized that these people trying to take over, that's when I went ahead and secured and changed the daggone locks on the door. Come to find out, these people went in this man's account. Y'all, they took all his money. I'm talking about, people do some crazy stuff when you pass away or when your family members pass away. But when she told me, I said, isn't that, because she was like, that's my cousin, but me and her beefing. I mean, this girl lied. When people can look you in your face and lie, this is somebody's death and you're still lying. And in a minute when I found out who she was, I said, why you lie to me? That's when she switched. She was like, Miss Mona, can I go use the bathroom? I said, no. At least I asked you. Ooh, there go that attitude right there. Because at first she was all nice and sweet. And can me and my boyfriend take over the lease and all this other crazy stuff. Now you ready to rack. Y'all better be watching after y'all parents. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Let me go see my baby.